Once again, it's Amir Iqbal Khan from Amir's Tech YouTube channel. Today in this video, which is part 2 of inventory management system designing in Python using Tkinter library, I will be talking about the employees section, which will be accessible through clicking on the employees button, which is then located on the dashboard menu, the button itself. So when you click on employee button, anything, any data and information which is regarding the employees will be accessible from this button. So let's start this tutorial. As you can see, I designed the GUI part for the dashboard menu. So I will jump towards the second part, which will be the employees. So first I will create a file called employees, and inside this file I'll be importing, let's comment this out, importing the useful and required libraries and modules for part 2 of the project. From Tkinter, import all. From Tkinter, import message box. From tkcalendar, import date entry. But this will be shown as an error right now because I have not downloaded it yet. So later on in this project, specifically in this part, I will show you how to download it. Now I will comment this out because I don't need it at the moment. And from Tkinter, import ttk, which is much more useful, and it provides much features in the Tkinter library. So the GUI part of the employees. Let's start employee forum. I will define a function called employee forum, and this will store parameter called window because it will be pointing to the window. So I will simply type hello in order to test the connection. So I will come here and will say from employees import employee forum, and you have to come here, my friends, to the employee button because this will store a comment, and if this does not store a comment, so this will be useless. This will be just the uh, a button without any function. So command equals lemla show forum. This will be a function that I will be creating next after assigning this employee forum, and this will store a parameter called window. So here I will declare forum showing the forum function, define show forum. This will be taking forum function, if current frame. So what you have to do, you have to forget by using place underscore forget, you will be redirected to the previous window, and current frame equal forum function. So friends, why is this denoted by an error? Because this is not defined globally. So global current frame. So why is this denoted with a yellow line? Because if this variable is global, so it has to be existing in the uh, you know, program. Because if there is no any variable called current frame, so how it could be global? So it will be useless. In this section, I will provide current frame equals to none. So you see, there is no any warning and errors. I will execute the program here. Whenever I click on the employees, you can see I have the error. Why? Because in the line 114, show form is not defined. Oh, sorry, I just misspell it. Show form, one usage, where? Here. It is used here. So if I run this again and I click on the employees button, let's see. Do you see? Whenever I click on the employees button, 1, 2, 3, 4, see, I get the hello, which is here. So the connection is established. If I say hello viewers, let's run this again and confirm the connection. Anytime I click on the employees, you see, I'm getting the response. So now let's begin development here. Employee frame equals frame, and inside this frame window, this frame will be posted on the window. Wide will be 15, 30 based on my laptop's resolution. In the first part, I guided you through the dimensions, how to set that based on your own laptop's resolutions and dimensions for the screen. Let's position this by using place method. X equals 0 and y equals 1 to 3, 123. Heading label equals label. This will be posted on the employee frame, and the text that it will be storing is manage employee details. I will specify a font for that, which I love, Winky Rough. In the size will be 16. Meanwhile, it will be bold. The background color is 193 B52, my all-time favorite. Foreground color, which will be the actual color of the text. Let's position that by using place method. X equals 0, y equals 0, and rel wide equals 1. Let's create the top frame. I will comment this out. Top frame equals frame, which then it will be posted on the employee frame. Background color will be, I will just copy this. Let's position this top frame dot place x equals 0, y equals 40, and meanwhile rel wide will be 1, height will be 295. Logo image equals photo. In this case, friends, I will be importing the logo. So the photo image method will have the file with the file name. I will comment the dimensions. (350x 350). Logo label. I will create a label for that, and that will be posted on the employee frame. image equals logo image. This label will be storing an image, and that image using this method will be redirecting us to this variable, which then it will be storing the photo image. The background color of this label will be ACB1CA logo label dot plus. Let's position this x equals 1150, y equals 340. In this section, I will be importing the back button image. Back image equals photo image using file method back.png. Friends, I will share all the images, but don't mind if you love to uh, add your own desired ones. Just you have to change the names, and you have to be careful about their dimensions. Back button equals button on the top frame. Back image border will be 0. Cursor that I will be using is hand2, and I will be using command method using lambda for employee frame dot place forget. As I've told you that the place underscore forget will method will redirect you to the previous window. Background image is this, and active background will be also the same. So I will comment about the underscore place underscore forget method using lambda using the lambda inside comment argument for the method will redirect you to the previous window. So I will go next. Back button, let's place this x equals 6 and y equals 0. I'll be creating another frame for the search frame equals frame top frame. Background will be equals to this search frame dot pack. I will use the pack method here, and I will be creating a search combo box ttk.combo box on the search frame. Friends, thus the combo box will always be storing values. So I'll provide values to that: employee ID, name, email, employment type, education, work shift, I will go next for its font, win graph with size 12 and being bold. I will set the state to read only, so that will be not changeable. I will use another method, search combo box dot set. So friends, set method will be telling you that what is the default value for this combo box. So I will tell the default value is search by. Whenever you are not selecting any value from the search combo box, the default will be search by. Search combo box dot get. Friends, I will be using dot get method in order to position anything to be fit inside a specific frame. So if you use place method instead of grid, so you have to specify the x and y axes manually and you will be confused too much. So dot grid method will help you to specify any positions of the entries, labels, and any other widgets by providing rows and columns to them. So providing rows and columns to them will be much more stable and reliable. Row equals 0 and column also 0. Part x will be 3. Search entry equals entry on the search frame. Font will be Winky rough with size 12, and meanwhile the background will be white. Let's grade this to row equals 0 and column equals 1. Let's create a search button. Search button equals button. Text for this will be search. Font will be Winky rough with being bold and size 12. Wide will be 10. Cursor will be hand 2. So friends, I have to provide the foreground color being white and background will be 193 B52. I will grade this to row equals 0, column equals 2, part x equals 20. This will be for show button. Show button equals button search frame. Text will be show all. Font will be Winky rough. It's size 12 and being bold. Wide will be 10 and cursor will be of type into. Foreground color will be white and background color will be, I will copy this and we are done with this. Let's create this to row equals 0, column equals 3. So in this step I will place all the scroll bars for the the scroll bars and the customization regards to its styling. Placing scroll bars and meanwhile creating a custom style for the scroll bars. Style is equal to ttk dot style style them use. So here I will be using the default theme. You can search for that in internet. There are lots of themes that you can use. So I will comment this. Use a theme that supports color customization. Style.configure horizontal. This will be the style. T scroll bar. Background is TCB1CA. Row color equals. I will copy this again. Row color equals black. And meanwhile, I provide another configuration for the vertical scroll bar. I will copy this. I will paste it, but I will change the name of the style. Vertical T scroll bar background is the same as the horizontal scroll bar, both for the background and the throw color, and arrow is also black. So I will apply the custom styling for the scroll bar. Applying the custom style to the scroll bars. Horizontal scroll bar is TTK scroll bar. This will be on the top frame. The orientation will be horizontal. Style will be horizontal dot scroll bar. And I will copy this again, paste it, will change the name of the variable vertical scroll bar. I will change the orientation to vertical, and this also for vertical. I will create a tree view in order to see all the data of the employees on the spot inside the GUI. Friends, I will be designing the database in MySQL workbench. So that will be in the next part. So in this part, I will be just creating a tree view that so that you can see all the records regarding the employees. Employee table preview. ttk.review. This will be on the top frame. So the preview is always taking columns. So any column you provide in the preview should must match it in the database. If there are misspellings and you create database in MySQL or any other database system, so it will be shown as an error because the misspelling will um, conduct the mismatch in the spelling will be too conflicted, and you have to make too much attention, pay too much attention to the spellings. So if I write EMPID means employee ID, you have to write the same thing in the database. Name, email, gender, date of birth, abbreviated as DOB, contact, employment type, education, all the qualifications of the employees will be stored in the education column. I'll jump next. Work shift, others, date of joining, salary, and finally the user type. So I will specify a method called show. It will show all the headings, and meanwhile y scroll comment equals to vertical scroll bar dot set. You have to um, declare dot set in order to display the scroll bar which is in the y-axis, and meanwhile for the x-axis. So x scroll command equals horizontal scroll bar dot set. I'll provide styling for the Treeview. Styling of the employee Treeview using PTK style options. Style dot theme use default. Copy the color. I'll paste it down here. Specify the foreground as black. Meanwhile, the font will be the all-time best. WinGraph with size 12 being bold. So I'll pick all the scroll bars here. If you don't pack it, so the scroll bars will not appear, and in the packing you have to specify the sides. Side equals bottom, and the fill should be X. I will specify part Y with two values 10 and 0. Horizontal scroll bar dot config. I will configure this. Employee preview dot xview. Vertical scroll bar dot config comment employee preview dot yview. Employee preview dot back pad y equals 10 and 0. So down here I'll provide headings. The name for the headings in the texts. The text will be appeared on the Treeview, and the name that I will be specifying should match these values, and also these values should match the database values, the columns of the table inside the database. Employee ID, text is employee ID. employee Treeview dot heading name. Text will be name. I will copy these, paste it several times. Email, gender, email, gender. So next, what remains? Date of birth. Contact, contact, education, user type. I don't need this one. Meanwhile, I will specify the text. Friends, you can skip this part, but I am typing it all one by one because some friends are beginner, so they will be confused if I go too fast. I will specify the columns here. Employee ID void equals 80. Name, email, gender, date of birth, contact 200, 200, gender is 80 is good, 200, 200. I'll come here and say employment type with void of 200, education, work shift, education with 202, and work shift also to 200, address, date of joining, salary, 200 also for the address, 200, 200, and lastly, user type with void 200 or what 80. You can customize these, specifically the voids, based on your own interest. Do not forget, friends, in this part, I will call the Treeview in order to display that on the frame. Treeview data, I will create a function for this Treeview data in order to be displayed later on, but I will comment this right now. Calling the Treeview to display the data into the window to the Treeview inside the GUI. So I will comment this to as of end of employee table. I will create details frame, which will be the lower frame in this part. Detail frame equals frame employee frame. It will be posted on the employee frame. Background image is ACB1CA. I'll copy this for the next usage. I'll create an employee ID label in entry. Font WinGraph size 12 in being bold. Background is, I'll grade this. Row equals 0, column equals 0, part X will be 20, part Y will be 10, and this will be also streaky to the west. Employee ID entry is equal to entry on the detail frame. Font equals WinGraph. Background will be white. Let's grade this to part Y10. I will copy this part, paste it, paste it, and paste it. So I will change the comment here. Name label. For the name label in entry, I will change this comment to. For the email label and entry, let's change this first. Let's change this to employee ID label to email label. Into email entry. So I will let this right now. Name label in entry. I will change the text into name, into email. I will change the rows and the columns. Row 0, column 2, and meanwhile column 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. I will come into this part. After email ID, email label in entry, we have gender label and entry. So I will remove this because instead of entry, I will be using combo box. Gender, column 6, Sorry friends, this belongs to row 1 and column 0. I will change the name to gender label, gender combo box equals, I will be using combo box, simple combo box without TTK, detail frame, and the values male and meanwhile female. I will specify the font with wide 19. The state will be read only. So I will specify the default value by using dot set method. Select gender combo box dot grade, row equals 1, column equals 1. Date of birth, label and entry. DOB underscore label will be the name of the variable. Label equals, it equals to a label that will be posted on the detail frame with the text date of birth. Font will be Tkinter with size 12 in being bold. Background image equals so the instead of creating a simple entry for the date of birth, I will create a date entry. DOB date entry equals date entry. This will be an error because I have not imported it yet. No problem. We will do it next. The state will be also equals to read only and date pattern. Friends, we have another attribute which is date pattern. The pattern of the date that you are specifying will be implemented on the date entry. So let's say days first, after that months and year. So I will create this row equals to 1, column equals 3. Contact label and entry. Friends, don't consider errors too big. At the last, we will do anything which is required. So these are two small things. You don't have to be much curious about that. Contact label equals label which will be on the tile frame. Text will be contact and font equals Tkinter. Let's grade this to background will be white. Row is equal to 1, column is equal to 5, part x is 20, part y is equal to 10. Employment type, label, and entry. So the label will be the same, but I will use combo box for the employment type as instead of entry. Employment type label. I will copy this, paste it here, change text. Row will be 2 and column will be 0. This will be in the second row, friends. The values will be full time, part time, casual, and intern. I will specify a font for that. That is also read only. I will set the default value using .set method. Select type. I will copy this. I will paste this here. VBA, MBA, BCS, MCS, MIR, BTech, MTech, B.com. You can add more. You can add like 20 options in the values section. So this is not mandatory to write either one or two. based on your needs, you can add. There is no limit. Education, combo box dot grade. I will also use grade method to grade this. Row will be 2, column will be 3. I'll copy this again. I'll paste it here. Change the name. Morning, evening, night. Friends, education level is row 2. This is also row 2. Column 2, sorry. And work shift label is on row 2, column 4. Work shift combo box is on row 2 and column 5. Address label equals label on detail frame. I will copy this. Row 3, column 0. Address equals text detail frame. When graph background will be white. Let's grade this to row equals 3, column equals 1, row span of 2. It will take a size of 2 rows. Let's come into date of joining label in entry. When graph size 12 being bold. So the background is also the same. I will copy this. I'll paste it down here. d of g label dot grade, row equals 3, column equals 2, part x equal 20, part y equals 10, sticky equals w. I will specify the font. The date entry is not imported yet. Size 12. State will be read only. Date pattern will be this will be dd for day, for month, y for year. Row equals 3, column equals 3. Label detail frame. The text of this will be user type. When off with size 12 being bold, and background. So friends, let's grade this too. Let's create a combo box for this user type. Combo box equals combo box that will be posted on the detail frame. The values it takes are admin and employee. Wide is 19. Meanwhile, state will be read only. Let's set a default value for this. Row is equal to 4, column is equal to 3. Let's jump into salary label and entries. Salary label and entry. So let's copy this and change it into salary. This exists on row 3 in 4, yeah. Row 3, column 5, part x20, 10 with pipe y. It's good. Let's jump for the password, label, and entry. Let's copy this. I will change the text of this to salary and password. So I will do the grading. Row 3, column 5. Sorry. Row 4, column 4. Password entry equals entry. My friends, I will copy this from here to here. I will change the name of the variable to password label. For the entry, it's row 4, column 5. Friends, we have created entries and labels. So now I will create a frame for the buttons. This frame will store all the buttons for the employee menu. Button frame equals frame on the employees from forum, and this will be the color. Button frame dot place x equals 230, y equals 590. I will add another button, which is add button. Add button equals button frame text equals add, font equals Venkiraf, 16 and 12. Sorry, wide equals 10. I will specify height as 0, so later on I can change it based on my own desire, but you can even not write this. Cursor equals N2, foreground color white, background color 193, B 52. I will grade this. Row equals 0, my friends. Column equals 0. Pad x equals 40. I will select this, copy it, paste. So I will comment this as update button. I'll comment this as delete button. I will change this from update to from add to update, from add to delete. I will change this from 0 to 2. In the add delete button, will also get 0 at the row and 3 at the column. The same, this will be 4, and I will comment this for the clear button. I will change the variable names. Okay, this is fine. Clear button. I will change this also to clear. So friends, the last um, we are at the ending point of this video as the employees form is 60% completed. So the um, logic behind this form is still remaining. That will be completed in the third video. For these 4 buttons, I will at the last I will return employee frame, and I will save this. I will run the dashboard menu, and whenever I click on employees friends, you can see nothing is appeared. Why? Because we have errors. What type of errors do we have? So later on, if we say unknown font style belt, yeah, we have wrote font style belt incorrectly at line 52. So if I come here at line 52, as you can see here, I have written something incorrectly. I had to write bold, but instead I write on BILD, build, which does not make any sense. Let's check for another error here in line 150. As you can see, for the date of birth entry, we did not install the date entry. So let's uncomment this. It's the time. As you can see, errors are denoted urgently whenever I uncomment this, and you can install the package tkcalendar. So let's install this. As you can see, installing package tkcalendar has been started. If this sometimes it may result to an error at the last, and will tell you that the installation has been failed. So it's okay, does not have any problem. You can come here and also write tkcalendar, and through this you can install this package and simply use this without any difficulties. So let's see if this works, if this method works. As you can see friends, sorry, I installed the tkcalendar module library, and I don't have any errors, specific errors right now. As you can see, there are no errors. So let's run this again. Switch to employees. You can see friends, everything appears without employment type in the photo itself. So in employment type, let's come here. We have entered the rows and columns incorrectly, I think, in the employment type combo box. So we did not provided any grading. row 2, column 1, part X 20, part Y 10. So let's run this again. As you can see, friends, there are no errors and everything is in its own position. So let's make this picture visible. So I think I have to make these pictures global, because when a picture is not globally defined, so we will be facing such problem. So here I will write global logo image, and meanwhile back button, and I have another photo. Let's run this again. As you can see, friends, there are no any errors and the employees form has been successfully completed. This button is not visible right now, so I'll make this button visible. Back button, you can see, friends, this is right now visible, and whenever you click, it will be redirected to the previous window, which in this case it's the dashboard. So anytime you click on this, you will be referred again to this page. Thanks of following us. Working on this project will be beneficial for all of you guys. And if anywhere in this program, in this code, you have problems, you have difficulties, and you did not catch something, you can freely comment me down the box, and I will be referring to each and every comment which has been provided by you. Thanks, friends. Do not forget to share, subscribe, and like this vid, and let's beat the algorithm of YouTube and support us. Thanks.